Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. And in our top stories today, we're starting it off from 1967, The Graduate with Dustin Hoffman.
I just want to say one word to you. Just one word.
Yes, sir.
Are you listening?
Yes, I am.
Plastics.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, plastic. It is in our everyday life, and as you know, I am a conservationist, and not to be confused with a climate militant. And plastic is something that I always found fascinating because I can remember this amazing impression in my mind from the BuzWeaver channel. I can remember in the early 90s when flight attendants basically started the trend of drinking from bottled water. So there you have it. You have it here from the BuzWeaver channel, not from any unnamed sources or people familiar with anything. You have it here from the BuzWeaver channel, from BuzWeaver, an eyewitness from the early 90s of seeing flight attendants who started the trend of drinking water from bottles. Now, I'm not blaming them from drinking water from bottles, and this isn't anything new, but they made it trendy, and this started in the early 90s. So here we have from DYNU something news. Of course, it's blocked by Ground News, the aggregator of news. If you guys weren't aware, they help aggregate your news, let you know how it leans, and so forth. So as global plastic production grows, so does the concentration of microplastics in our brains. Finding microplastics in human body parts is not new. Scientists have uncovered the minuscule waste products in human blood, lungs, brains, hearts, and testicles. But a new study published Monday in the journal Nature Medicine shows a lockstep relationship between the amount of plastic found in tissues harvested from human cadavers and the amount being produced by the plastic industry. As global plastic production has ramped up in the last 20 years, I can only imagine how much is ramped up, so too has the concentration of these shredded fossil fuel-derived polymers in human tissue samples. The findings are pretty striking, said Philip Landgren, director of the Program for Global Plastic Health and Common Good at Boston College, who was not affiliated with the research. Well, why are they talking to him? Why are they talking to him? They could have asked me about plastic, and I could have told them. I can remember in the early 90s seeing as flight attendants were making bottled water trendy. Why didn't they ask me? Speaking of asking, I'm not sure why I phrased it that way, but from Yahoo News. Now, I remember many years ago now, as I am a connoisseur, if you will, of these things going on in plastic, because it's everywhere. Everywhere you look is plastic. And I asked ChatGPT, and we're gonna look into that here in just a second. So from TCD, scientists make alarming discovery after studying polar bear blood samples. Things are changing. I remember reading this years ago. Now, this was, I guess, edited back in November 26, 2024. But I remember reading years ago about this because polar bears are in an isolated area of Alaska for the most part. Now, of course, they do interact in certain areas that are populated. So polar bears have been facing new survival challenges in recent years. That includes melting ice spurred by record global temperatures and increased exposure to plastic pollution. This is one of the only paragraphs that mention plastic. So you read this whole thing about studies and samples taken from the bears, and then we get down here to additionally wandering polar bears' exposure to dangerous pollutants like plastic could come with health risk and possibly be linked to more aggressive behavior. Now, I don't know if plastic can lead to bears being more aggressive or even whether or not it makes humans more aggressive, but it is invasive and it is everywhere, because I asked ChatGPT, how much plastic do we as humans interact with daily? Humans interact with a lot of plastics daily, often without even realizing it. Did you guys realize that the plastic is everywhere? On average, people come into contact with several types of plastic products throughout the day. Here are some key examples. For example, packaging. Right. Most food and drinks come in plastic packaging, such as bottles, wrappers, and containers. Most of your drinks, most of the things we buy every day from the grocery store, good many of them are going to be in plastic of some sort, right? Technology, of course, smartphones, computers, and other electronics are made with plastic components from screens to casings. Clothing, many clothes, especially synthetic fibers like polyester, are made from plastic. Household items, things like cleaning products, toothbrushes, and kitchenware are often made from plastic. And of course, in transportation and in our cars, the dashboards and the seats. And disposable items. Remember those straws they want us to change from plastic to paper. So you got straws, you got cutlery, and plates, especially if you're using single-use items, are plastic. It's estimated that the average person encounters dozens of plastic items every day, if not more. Some estimates suggest that the average person may use up to 100 plastic items daily. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a plastic problem in our country. While everyone worries about the climate and the temperatures, like Al Gore, of course, he had to change it from global warming to climate change because there was no particular indications that things were actually getting warmer. And you may be familiar with the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. It's a large area of marine debris in the North Pacific Ocean. It's located between Hawaii and California, and this is one big like floating island of garbage that they've been addressing or trying to address for years. And of course, it has an impact on our environment. And you can see here Western Garbage Patch, and then you have other areas where plastic and floating garbage is becoming a problem. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you from the BuzWeaver channel, you don't need to go to any other contact that are familiar with anything, or the minds that are familiar, or someone from Boston who wasn't even affiliated with the research to know that plastic makes a huge impact in our lives. You'll have to let me know down in the comment section. Are you a big fan of water bottles? Do you like plastic? Do you enjoy plastic? Now, I will say also, from my personal experience, I have asked, when I've been at my grocery stores, I have asked the guys who put up, I'm talking about like the guys from Coca-Cola and Pepsi, about this. And of course, everything comes in plastic because glass is heavy and it breaks, believe it or not. No matter how thick you make it, the thicker you make glass, the heavier it is. So, and it is heavy. Glass is very heavy. Of course, now you still get pickles and beets and maybe some fancier drinks in glass. I love orange juice from glass bottles, and I love soda from glass bottles, which is why some people really enjoy Coca-Cola from Mexico, or you go down the international aisle and get your beverages in glass. Of course, you can still get drinks in glass, but we are surrounded by plastic. You guys have to let me know down in the comments, how often do you come in contact with plastic? How often are you aware that you come into contact with plastic? And this is an extraordinary thing because it's like we said here, it's in our blood, it's in our lungs, it's in our brains, it's in our hearts, and it's in testicles. Now, I don't think women have to worry too much about the latter part of where plastic is found. But you guys will have to let me know down in the comments, are you just one of these trendy types that like your little plastic containers, like your little plastic bottles, plastic cups, whatever it is? You guys will let me know down in the comments. And, of course, you can hit that like button to let the algorithm know that stories like this from people other than someone that may be familiar with the story is covering a topic like plastic. So you're welcome to share this story with your friends and your families about the concerns and growing concerns of plastic. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to thank all of you across New Tech, that's Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey, which aren't made of plastic. And so I want to thank all you guys there for your likes, your shares, and your comments. And, of course, below this video, you can find the various social media links that I belong to where you can follow me. And I don't know whether I talk about plastic on there, but you can certainly follow me on those. And then, of course, my affiliate links, that's from Amazon and Trust Zone, two of my favorite affiliates that I belong to, guys, that help support the channel. But, of course, your likes, your shares, and your comments always help out the channel. And, of course, you can always find more from the comments section here on YouTube, as well as the shorts that I also post across all of social media. But I do want to thank all of you guys for all of your continued support. And appearing there on the screen, that would be the channel icon for everyone watching on YouTube specifically. You guys can click on that to subscribe, as well as to select notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys in the next video.